an answer within 48 hours. We can help you with protocols and things like that. Are you laying on my bobby pin?
Oh, I don't know.
Where did my bobby pin go? Well, we'll do it without a bobby pin. We'll get creative. Although we're at a beauty show, we should have lots of bobby pins everywhere. You have one? Aw, so sweet. And I'm leaving your eye makeup on, okay? All right, ladies, so always vinyl gloves, and gentlemen, vinyl gloves, no latex. You're working with acids and vitamin C and strong ingredients, low pH. You don't want to eat through the gloves. This is also a safe choice. You don't want to take the risk and see if there's a latex allergy. So we're wearing vinyl gloves, and you actually have good sense with that too. You can still feel. I have 2 bowls set up, so I have just regular water, and then I have water with baking soda because that brings my pH back up to an 8. I have a half an hour, perfect. I also have the ultrasonic tool right here to do some cleansing. Do you use that already? Some of you do? Okay, so I'm going to show that to you as well because we do have them down in the booth as well. And then I have both of my acids and things like that. So we're just going to get started with some cleansing. I'm using our glycolic exfoliating cleanser. So you have glycolic acid already in your first step, getting that cell turnover going. Our cleansers you apply directly on top of makeup, dry skin. You don't need to have a makeup remover. You just put that on as your makeup remover. And the reason we put it on dry is I don't want to compromise the product's pH. I really want it to penetrate. I really want to get that pH lower already to start prepping her for the peel. So I'm putting it on dry. It kind of looks like not a whole lot, right? And it doesn't foam up. There is, again, no parabens in our products, no preservatives, no soap, anything like that. So you're not going to get a whole lot of a like foaming action from it. But it is a gel cleanser. We have 3 cleansers, salicylic, glycolic, and the vitamin cleanser. I'm going to move that up just a little bit. And the glycolic cleanser does have the highest amount of glycolic acid within the cleanser. So some people start feeling the tingling a little bit, others may not. I do use some water to start emulsifying the product, lift up the oils from the skin. And you literally just need to do 1 cleanse. You don't need to do a double cleanse because remember the pH of this product is so low that it's getting into the skin and it's cleansing out the pores and follicles. So there is no reason why you need to do a double cleanse or anything like that. How are you feeling?
Good.
You're okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do see a little visitor on your chin.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be visiting for long. This is a quick cleanse. Of course, you can do a, relaxing cleanse, however you want to do this. I have my own studio in Orlando, Florida, and I do traditional facials, that are more relaxing and things like that. But I mainly, I'd say to 95%, I just do chemical peels and extractions and LED light, ultrasonic, things like that. It's just what your customers are asking for nowadays. But you can use this line utilizing both. You can absolutely do a relaxing treatment with this as well. We use sponges to remove our product just to make sure we're really covering most of the surface. We're getting everything off the skin.
You guys will be selling your sponges at the booth also?
They are in the peel kits. I'm not sure if we're selling them individually, but they are in the peel kits provided already with a fan brush and a glass bowl. And then you get products and you have the peel of your choice. So any peel that you want, or more than one, or 2, 3.
You said some of your kits were buy one, get one.
Buy 2, get 1 free. All right, so we cleansed her. She is a little bit sensitized, right? But that's fine because I have so many different peels to choose from, so I know her skin is safe with me. I'm doing a skin analysis, looking at her skin. Where could I put the salicylic acid to create an antibacterial environment, to actually also create an antifungal environment? That's what salicylic acid does as well. So now that I cleansed her skin, I need to prep her skin. So I need to bring her pH down just a little bit further as well. I need to defat, degrease, really get a nice clean canvas and palette going for the chemical peel. So I use our face cleansing pads, which is the same as our astringent. It's just in a pad form, which is great if you also do peel parties, for example. So you can just bring them with you, or you're a cosmetologist and you're using it at the bowl at your station, and it's just easier for you to carry. So this may start to tingle her a little bit more, but she is a low Fitzgerald, so she probably tolerates this peel pretty well. She does have some dilated capillaries, so I keep that in mind when I do the glycolic acid, because glycolic acid is a vasodilator. So because her vesicles in that area are already dilated, I just have to keep that in mind, which means I'll probably put the peel on there last and then take it off first, because I don't want to create too much of a dilation in that area. If I would get that dilation, however, I know I always have vitamin K to strengthen everything back up, as well as my ultrasonic tool, which I didn't even use.
How long is if we purchased a kit, how many uses?
You get about 45 to 50 uses out of it.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to see the ultrasonic?
Please.
Yes. So the good thing with ultrasonic, even if you were to forget that step, you can reuse the cleanser again, but all you really need is water. Okay? So with the water, it's kind of like a pressure washer. You're infusing the water and the cleanser into the pore, into the follicle. It creates microbubbles within the skin. They burst, and all that nice stuff that we don't want within the skin travels out, and you see a little bit of steam, like a mist coming off of the skin, and that's how you know that you're getting a good exfoliation. See? See, this is my magic wand. There it is.
Okay, so if you had used this before, you would have used it on top of the cleanser.
I would have used it with the cleanser, because then I'm infusing the good properties of the cleanser within the skin. Right now, I'm just using ultrasonic by itself without any ingredient properties. Does that make sense?
Weird, but
It feels weird. If you have inflammatory acne, you don't good question. So you can use it everywhere else. Yeah, you could use it to infuse product, but not to So the goal with me here is she has some redness already, but if I have someone that has really sallow skin and it's just sluggish and you know, I just want to get some nice pink going in the skin. I just do a couple passes of this. I get pink instantly. And ladies, pink is good. You want to get pink within the skin. That means blood flow, nutrients, oxygen. You want that to happen. And this is how you know how to do ultrasonic, is that you have that mist off of it. If you don't see that mist, it's not strong enough. So the ultrasonic helps to infuse and hydrate the skin, but the main idea behind it is that it creates little microbubbles within the skin, it bursts, and then all that stuff that has been broken down within the skin, super fast that this happens, comes off of the mist. It doesn't matter, but as the question was asked, you know, with acne, just don't go over inflammatory areas, don't go over open wounds, of course, which you probably wouldn't do the chemical peel service anyway. Yeah, you can actually have someone that's wiggle them out. It's so exciting.
Is this product specific to your line, or could you use it
The
with another?
ultrasonic? I'm sure there may be other ones, but this specific one is from us, yeah.
How much are
There is a show price today, so I want to say usually, Raj, are you here with me? Do you know
I don't know.
Okay. It's 200 or less, I want to say, somewhere there. The life of it is so good. This is mine that I use for classes and shows and everything, and I've had it for several years now, and it's good. No, knock on wood. So I'm just using the astringent again to, cleanse her skin. Yes, she is a little bit pink, but I'm okay with that. All right, so now let's get into peel world. So I'm letting this dry on her skin because, again, this is a different pH. My peel is a different pH, so I don't want to compromise. I'm letting it dry first. I'm picking my target areas, which there's a lovely friend over here. There's a little guy over here that she picked at a little bit this morning, right? So I'm using my salicylic acid, if I can find it right here, 20% salicylic acid. The pH is 1.5, so it is quite strong. And because I'm just spot treating with her, I'm just going to use my finger. That's why I have vinyl gloves, right? Doesn't eat through anything. Just make sure you don't have too much product so it's not dripping and then you're creating, too much. Here we go. We're spot treating this. Let's just spot treat her nose a little bit too in case she has some oil production within that area as well. And she does have a little bit of congestion, like her skin texture is just a little rough. So I know she has some underlying conditions, but I think most of that is makeup related. Am I right? I'm doing this here as well. Good. So that one I really don't have to wait too long for it to dry, but you want to wait a little bit because if you're then layering with something else and you're taking that salicylic and you're getting it all over, then you may have too much flaking. So you just wait a little bit before you do that.
Will you explain the Fitzgerald scale again?
Yeah, the Fitzgerald is the scale that measures the melanin production within your skin. And so we categorize them in terms of how much melanin or how your melanin is distributed. So the Fitzgerald 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is your scale. So a Fitzgerald 1, to use celebrities always that I use, it would be like a Nicole Kidman, right? Very fair, maybe some Irish in the background, some freckles. They have low sebaceous gland activity, so those are your wrinklers. That's why she has Botox. I know she does, So your Fitzgeralds that are lighter, that don't have a lot of melanin and the sebaceous gland activity, they tend to wrinkle much quicker, much early on in life, and those are your Botox, Restylane, users. 4, 5, 6, it's getting darker. So you have J-Lo, for example, Jennifer Lopez, right? There's a 4 maybe, and then we go higher and we have maybe Oprah, for example, right? So that's kind of how you can categorize. Maybe you can even make a scale for yourself with like pictures of skin, or something like that to kind of help categorize. But those, the darker we go in skin tone, those skin tones tend to not wrinkle at all. If anything, they have some oil activity, acne, and some sagging, but they will not wrinkle. All right, so now I'm getting my glycolic acid. I overfilled this one yesterday. 30%. Way too much. 2.9 pH. This is universal. Remember, the higher you go with your AHAs and your percentage, the faster it penetrates. This is right in between, so I'm pretty safe. I'm using a fan brush. I'm getting it on my fan brush. I'm not using too much product, and I start at the perimeter of her face, the T-zone, cheeks last. Cheeks, you have your sinus cavities, you have a lot of that vein activity, so you have to leave that out for last. Her eyes are closed. I'm letting her know I'm putting the peel on. If you need to get more product, pick up more product. Just make sure it's not dripping everywhere. So now I covered the perimeter of her face. I did one layer. I'm not over layering. I'm doing what's left of her T-zone. I'm going right over that salicylic acid that I used. I am going on her upper lip. That's very important. We don't want those lines in the future. And I'm doing her cheeks last. There we go. So now in the beginning, you wait about 30 seconds and then you start taking it off, okay? With your baking soda, getting that pH back up, normalizing it, making sure that that AHA stopped working and you're not getting a possible chemical burn, because you don't want that. If you were to get a chemical burn, which can happen, and it happened to me before, with our products, the most I have seen, it kind of looks like a rug burn almost. And you should know that they're getting a burn immediately. You should see the difference. And if they use hyaluronic, our hyaluronic serum, to help treat it, and ellagic acid. There's no scarring or anything like that. It just heals and you're good to go. But of course, that's not our goal. The hyaluronic serum and ellagic acid, it's a super hydrating, anti-inflammatory antioxidant. And we have a moisturizer. I'm sorry?
Did you ever do the neck?
Oh yeah, you can do the whole body if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
The décolleté also?
Yeah. Peel away. Go crazy. But yeah, I do mainly the décolleté, the neck, and the face. In the beginning, the first time I only do the face, I want to see how her skin reacts.
So
You
you're
can do the
neutralizing.
hands. Yep, we're neutralizing. How did that feel on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the most intense? How did it feel to you?
Maybe about 3.
3. So she's a little bit higher just because she was already sensitized, but her Fitzgerald is pretty low, which means she can tolerate a lot. So you could build her up to leaving the peel on much longer. You could peel her more frequently. If you didn't get a good exfoliation, you could peel her again if you wanted to. That's the good thing about this product line, is that we give you the guidelines and this is how you should do it, you know, kind of like a blueprint. And then after that, you take your professional experience and what you think is best for your guest and you run with it. And you can layer and mix and match and do so many different things. If I wanted to, if I would have done like a lightning peel, I could have penetrated the peel with the ultrasonic. Why not? Getting it a little bit deeper because maybe the molecular weight is heavier. So I want to push it in just a little bit more. Use that tool. That's what we have to do as estheticians, because we have, you know, stricter laws of how much we can use in percentage. But with using tools like that, you can get away with it a little bit more. So I remove until she tells me I'm good. I don't feel any more itching. I don't feel tingling or stinging. Do you feel anything?
Are you neutralize with only just water?
With water and baking soda.
How much baking soda to the water?
I put about, usually I have a little bit less water than this, and I put about a teaspoon in there. And if you look in the bowl, it's just a little bit cloudy and there's some specks floating around, so we did get a little bit of exfoliation, but again, in the long term, the reason why we're doing this also is to thicken the dermis, which that's one of the benefits, to thin the epidermis, and to treat whatever skin condition we want to treat, pigmentation, acne, anything like that. So now that I've done the peel, some of her breakouts turned a little bit white right here. That's from the salicylic acid. That tells me that there's some P. acne bacteria going on in there. If I wanted to, I could extract it, but you know, we're not doing it. And now I have to feed. I took away and took away and took away. Now I have to give back to the skin. So the first step that I always do is our hyaluronic serum. That's the most nourishing. You lay it right on top of the skin. You can pat it. You can rub it. Up to you. You're the professional. You know what works best for you. Our hyaluronic serum traps moisture. As you know, that's what hyaluronic acid does, but it releases it throughout the day. So when you put it on in the beginning, it may feel a little tight, like your skin is like dehydrated, but it's not. It's just trapping in and locking in all the moisture, and then it's releasing it throughout the day. So it's actually really great as a makeup primer, especially if you tend to have oily skin, because remember, when we have too much oil, we probably are lacking some hydration. So the hyaluronic serum is really great for that. And it penetrates instantly. Our products have a low pH. Remember, they don't sit on top of the skin. There's no residue. It is in the skin. It's locked in there. And I always tell my clients after I'm done, especially if they say, I don't want a moisturizer, it's greasy. I tell them, I say, take your finger, go like this. Do you feel anything? No, nothing. It's all in the skin. It's just they're glowing from the product. So now I put the hyaluronic on. I am going to do a spot treatment with the acne spot treatment, just a little bit. That's what I mean. You can customize however you want to, and then you charge according to that. Or you do upgrades. Okay? And then of course we have to finish off with a moisturizer and a sunscreen. I like to mix both of them together just because our sunscreen is heavy in terms of sunscreen protection that you're getting, and that That's why it leaves a little bit of a white hue. So if you don't like that or you're client, you can mix it, or you can use our tinted SPF as well. This is way too much product, but I'm a little bit of a product junkie, not gonna lie. After this peel, it's a superficial peel. Remember our different levels. She's not going to have active flaking and peeling. If she has some, it will be from the salicylic acid that I spot treated, but she will not have anything like that. There is no chemical burn because I can already see how her skin reacted to it. And because of that, she can put makeup on over it if she wants to right away, as long as it's mineral makeup. So make sure that your guests understand what mineral makeup is and what good mineral makeup is, right? No talc in it, no lanolin, no bismuth oxychloride, all these fancy terms. You don't want any of that in there. You want to find a good company that you can work with. And we actually do provide mineral makeup as well. We don't have it here for sale, but if you're interested in that, we can provide you with that as well, that you can use on your guests. It comes in a palette, or you can retail it as well. So we have both available to you. Okay, and that's it, ladies. She is all done. She seems like she's relaxing too.
Oh, wow.
And then I'll unwrap this. I'll have her sit up so you guys can look at her skin and sit up slowly.